Hi there, welcome to today's Mo2 conversation. We're two coaches, both named Maureen, and we call our conversation with you Mo2. And we're here today to share with you some ideas on navigating life challenges with a focus on frustration with things that are outside of our control. And Maureen, you shared a recent experience. Would you care to begin with what that was and how you navigated it?
Sure. So we were talking about travel and how often when I'm traveling, I find that there's a lot of loopholes that or a lot of sort of process that I have to go through that takes a lot of time, and it makes me worried as to whether or not I'm going to make a flight or I'm going to make another scheduled kind of activity, and I get nervous and I worry about making that flight, and I get frustrated with the process, and that detracts from my whole enjoyment of what I'm doing, which is going on vacation. And so I was just reflecting on, well, how could I do that differently? And what comes to mind is acceptance and and letting go of trying to control stuff that's out of my control, because I'm not going to be successful at that.
Yeah, and thank you, Maureen, because letting go of control of things outside of our control can be such a challenge. And often, I don't know about you, but I know for me and many people I know that often when things are outside of my control and they're out here, it's like something in me just tightens and I want to control, and it's like it gets tighter and tighter, and I get so wound up that it just stops me from having any wisdom, any thoughts come through to help me relax. So what did you do to relax with the situation? Were you able to right then and there, or was it after the fact?
I would say that I went through my own little process of getting all worked up and worried and all that. And then I kind of went, Maureen, this is stupid. You know how to do this in a different way. So let's just let go. And so I focused on the breath, and I focused on just any visuals that I was looking at. I might look at somebody's hair, I might look at somebody's clothing, and notice the detail of the clothing. And that's sort of distracting myself with something else that was just more helpful to me to do something like that. And it's immediate, right? If I focus on my breath, and then I focus on some detail, whatever the detail is, it doesn't matter. It could be making up a poem in my head. But it distracts me from this other thing. And then I don't notice the time going by.
Yeah. And what you're talking about, Maureen, is so powerful, because you brought yourself right back to the present moment. I'm here now. I'm breathing. I'm noticing my surroundings and just really being present, because that is the only moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And one of my favorite ways of sort of going into the moment is just having a conversation with somebody I don't know. Ooh, cool. And that can be a wonderful way too of doing that. That didn't happen this time, but that's another way of just sort of being in the moment, as long as you're not both focused on the fact that, yeah, you both want to get through this line.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that could take us down a different trajectory. Well, that's great, Maureen.
What about you?
Well, I do some similar kinds of things that you do. And one of the questions I ask myself now, because I go through that, and I've had many different situations over the last couple of months, and some fairly recent that really brought me into this, feeling like this is all happening to me, and just getting myself wound up. And then I was able to pause, just like, taking that breath, being here now. How is this happening for me? And just allowing myself to sit with that. And that it's taken me a while to get here. And that has changed it's changed a lot of things for me. So then I can come back to that present moment. And I don't need an answer right now. But it does something, it feels like it does something to my nervous system. It helps me to just go, okay, something's happening here. I don't need to try to figure it out. I don't even need all the answers or any answer right now. So that's part of a surrender process, which is part of that letting go. And we can talk more about that another time, but you have a question.
Well, so I was just noticing the word that you used, which I thought might be useful to expand on, which is, I think you said happening for me. So can you explain a little bit what you mean by that?
Yeah. So often when things outside of me or us, out, we've that there's stuff happening and it's not in our control. How is it happening to me is often the thinking and the feeling. Can feel so overwhelming. It's like this is all happening. So all this kind of crap is going to happen. And so shifting that simple word, how is this happening for me? Oh, oh, just to slow down a bit. So it's, to remember to practice breathing. Okay. To remember that if I'm making an appointment and things keep changing last minute from them, there's things going on out there. This is the happening for me. This is asking me to advocate on a different level for myself or somebody else. How do I want to do that? So it just really opens up options or possibilities for me. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Does it?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the key things that I'm sort of hearing in what you're saying is that I move outside of the victim stance where things are happening to me, and I move to a choice point where things are happening for me or with me or something like that, and that can change my perspective.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is cool. And it's, oh my gosh, it's so liberating at times because I, for years, have been in the to me and trying to figure out how come this keeps happening over and over. And so the for me really has shifted that. Awesome.
Very.
Any last minute thoughts?
I just think, when we're frustrated, we sometimes think that it's the victim to me, but we feel alone in that. And it's important to know that it's actually not targeting us. It's just the way things are, and there are a bunch of people experiencing the same thing. So that also can be helpful, because if we all stayed in the present moment and just focused on the breath and acceptance of this thing, whatever it is, then we can all choose differently, and it would be a whole lot it would be a different experience of the whole group. Yeah.
Yeah. And remembering the broader humanity piece here can help us feel not alone as well. And just remembering that piece, that this is not just me or not just about me.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not the target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah, it's a big
great.
topic. Thank
It
you.
is.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and if you want to check us out, maureenmayhew.com or
Mo2
all right.
Looking forward to hearing from you or seeing you again soon.
Yeah. All right. Have a great week.
See ya. Thank you.